Alright, so we're going to talk about multiplying fractions today. So at the very top of your page, go ahead and write multiplying fractions. I told you if we could make it through adding and subtracting, guys, this part is so much easier. So today we're just going to talk about fraction times fraction and fraction times a whole number. So the first thing, again, fraction times a fraction. This would be like if we had a numerator and denominator times numerator and denominator. What do? Multiplying fractions. Anybody remember? You may have done this a little bit last year.
I think.
What do you think?
You just multiply the numerator and then add.
Don't add. We don't have to have common denominators, and we're going to go straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And then, of course, simplify. So if we were to have, let's say, 3/5 times 4/9, we multiply straight across. What is 3 times 4?
12.
And 5 times 9, bless you, 45. At this point, we can simplify. What number will go into both 12 and 45? 3. So that would give us 4 over 15. Now, there is one thing I want to show you. If this confuses you, you do not have to do it. Okay? It is called cross-canceling. It actually helps you in the simplifying process. It kind of simplifies the problem before you get to the answer. So, if we are cross-canceling, I hope you can read this.
Yep.
No, not really.
Okay.
Cross-canceling. Okay? We're going to look diagonally at each set of numbers. Is there a number that can go into both 4 and 5?
No.
Yes.
Nothing other than 1. Okay? Is there a number that can go into 3 and 9? Yes. What number? 3. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel these out. Whoops, I put the wrong number. That should be a 1. So 3 will go into 3 1 time. 3 will go into 9 3 times. This way, when I multiply straight across, 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 3 is 15. So it kind of does the simplifying for you before you get to the answer. No, you do not have to do cross-canceling. If you feel comfortable simplifying, you can do it, just simplifying the normal way. Okay? Yes?
Okay, so basically you can simplify by number.
Yes. There are times you'll have to simplify again. You just need to watch your answer and see, okay? So again, fraction times fraction is just straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Alright, let's look at what happens when we have a fraction times a whole number. So fraction times a whole number. This would be like 1/3 times 5. Okay? What do I need to do before I can multiply these fractions? I have to give the 5 a denominator. I do. So what's my denominator going to be? 1. Okay? So I'm going to put my whole number over 1. And the reason that I always put it over 1, remember, fractions are another way to show division. What is 5 divided by 1? 5. Okay? So it stays the same. Any whole number over 1 keeps its value. So then, again, we multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3. There wasn't anything I could cross-cancel over here. I get to this point, and I have what kind of fraction? Improper. So 5/3. 3 will go into 5 1 time. How many left over? 2 out of 3. So again, the two ways that you're going to be multiplying today, fraction times fraction, and you just go straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Or if you have whole number times fraction, and then you just have to make sure your whole number is over 1. It is. It makes it keep its value. Bless you. All right, grab the sheet that you picked up when you came in the door. We're going to do a couple together. Okay? And we're going to talk about, like, if cross-canceling makes a difference or not. Can I borrow one? Just toss it. Thanks. Okay, so let's look at the first one. We've got 5 times 1/5. What do I have to do before I can multiply? Yes, I've got to put the 5 over 1. So 5 over 1 times 1 over 5. Is there anything I can cross-cancel?
No.
Yeah, you can. Sure.
Oh, yes.
What could I do? The 5s? Okay, so 5 will go into 5 one time, and 5 will go into 5 one time. Here's a hint. If you diagonally have the same number, cancel them both out, and they both become a 1. Okay? So what is 1 times 1? 1 times 1.
You just said 2.
So any number over itself equals 1 whole. Okay, looking at, let's do number 4, 7/8 times 2/3. We have 7 over 8 times 2 over 3. Is there anything diagonally for 7 and 3?
Yes.
Not for 7 and 3. Well, what about for 2 and 8?
Yes.
What number?
4.
Well, 2 is the number we're thinking of. So 2 can go into 2 one time. 2 can go into 8 4 times. So if I multiply straight across, 7 times 1 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. And from that point, I can't simplify. Now, let me show you this over here. What if we don't like cross-canceling, and I had worked this out just by itself? 7/8 times 2/3. Multiply straight across, that would give me 14 over 24. 2 can go into both 14 and 24, so I divide them both by 2 and get 7/12. So you get the same answer. It just kind of depends on if you're comfortable simplifying after you get your answer, or if you want to make it smaller before you get there. Yeah, you're going to do them in a second. I want to do number 7 with you because that's the biggest one that I want to show you the difference cross-canceling will make. If I don't cross-cancel with number 7, I'm going to have 135 over 200. That's a large number, okay? So let's see, is there any way that I can cross-cancel? Okay, 20 and 9, there's no number that will go into both other than 1. What about 15 and 10? 5. So 5 will go into 10 2 times. 5 will go into 15 3 times. Now when I multiply, 3 times 9 gives me 27. Very good. 20 times 2 gives me 40. And at this point, I can't simplify anymore.
What?
But not when we get started. You need pencil. Alright. So, again, the two things today, fraction times fraction, and then fraction times a whole number. Again, you don't have to do the cross-canceling. It does help, though, with the simplifying, okay? Alright. No, you can work them any way you want, but you will need to finish these for homework.